but we get done. It goes smoothly. We do our thing. We're wrapped up. We're done. We're celebrating, right? We make really good time, and we get back to the home base on time, right? And now I have to fly out, okay? And they give us a lot of leeway for the flights. Basically, they usually do the flights in the afternoon. Used to, they do the flights in the morning. You're gonna spend the day at a hotel. You're gonna fly out, first thing in the morning. But we need to save money, so instead of doing that, we're just gonna fly you out at like 6 p.m. And just hope that we make that like 8 to 10 hour, gap, right? We did. So I'm up at 6:30. I drink my coffee, eat my oatmeal, and we offload the train, right? That takes like 2 hours. We're done by like 9:30. Okay. We drive to the airport and there's like a bunch of the crew that's with it, because there's like 7 people that needed to fly out. 5 of them are like, take me to the airport. I'm going to try and get an earlier flight. Me and the other lady that are flying back to DFW are like, fuck that. Take us to lunch, because I know damn well flying American, we're not getting no flight. We're not getting an earlier flight. That's just not happening, okay? And it's not. There were no flights available. Everything's booked up. All these people trying to get home. Everyone wants to come back here. I don't know why. Or they have, what do they call it? Diverging paths or whatever. Anyways.
Connecting flights.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, get to the airport after eating delicious Culvers. Love Culvers. Buttered buns make better burgers. That's just facts, okay?
Culver's get to the airport. Is around here.
There's one in... Anyway, that's besides the point. There's like one here. Get to the airport.
There's got to be more than that. There's one right by my house. Is
there? Well, that's the one.
Yeah.
There's like 1 or 2 in the Metroplex. I swear to God.
Just move past it.
Sorry. I get really distracted by Culver's. We get through with that. I'm talking with all my coworkers, and I go to try and submit my luggage to get ready to go on the flight so I can go through security. And they're like, you can't do that. You have to wait until 4 hours before your departure time. So I'm like, oh, good. Didn't know that was a thing, because I've never been this early to a flight. So now...
So you can't even go into where the shit is.
No, I can't even go to where the Lego store is or anything. There's a Lego store in this airport, which I'm dying to get into. So we're waiting around. Finally get through security after like 3 hours of waiting, right? Like we're there at like noon. I think about 3 o'clock is when the other 2 people that I was waiting for could get through security. So we get through security, do that really quickly, immediately start walking around looking for food. And I find the Lego store. So of course I look around. We get dinner, hang out for a little bit, say our goodbyes. I go to my gate to wait for the plane. I get a notification that my flight's been delayed, right? 30 minutes, not terrible. Okay, whatever.
But that's just the first text.
That's the first delay. It gets delayed another like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We get on the flight finally, because it's me and this other lady. There's another lady that we ended up talking to, and she's like, I'm going to Memphis. I actually have a connecting flight. They say if we make it there on if we leave now, I might be able to, I might be able to make it to my gate to make my connecting flight. And I was like, I got you. Take my seat, which is 3 seats up. Mind you, as we're getting on the plane, there's a whole family that's shuffling onto this plane who don't understand where their seats are.
Nah.
Okay. Didn't speak a lick of English, which is fine.
Nice.
But except for the fact that I don't speak Spanish at all. So I'm trying to help them out. And I figure out that they have like, I'm in seat 25. They have like the whole row behind me. And then they have like a whole, like half of a row up at like row 19. So there's all these people that have walked up who now have to like make room. So they divide the
turn around and go back.
Yeah. So they have to divide, so they're just trying to figure that shit out. Whatever. It happens. It's not that big of a deal. They go figure that out. We get on the plane. Everyone sits down. We're all strapped in, ready to go. We pull out of the gate. 30 minutes wait time on the tarmac. Of course, we can't leave yet. It's not time to leave. We wait about 30, 45 minutes on the tarmac. And all I'm doing is checking the schedule of the train that I need to catch to get back to the area that I need to get my car so I could drive to my girlfriend's. Okay. And I'm waiting. Finally, we take off. I'm like, yippee! We made it. We land back in DFW, baby. 30 minutes on the tarmac again. Okay.
Yes. What now, dude?
The gate is not. We don't have our gate open. And actually, this wasn't funny. It's kind of fucked up. They go, hey, we don't have a gate open right now. It should be about a 10-minute wait. He says that like as we've already waited 10 minutes, and then another 20 minutes goes by before we actually like, oh, we have a gate now. We're moving, and so nightmare salute. And so he comes over the intercom and is like, if you could try and let the people who have connecting flights get out first. No one's making their connecting flight.
Nobody.
None of these people are making. None of them. Not a single one.
Oh man.
And so I feel bad. I talked to my coworker and she was like, yeah, there was a guy that I was sitting next to who was like trying to catch a connecting flight to Turkey. I'm like, how many flights a day are happening where they're going to Turkey? And like, how many minutes did we just miss that shit by? The lady from Memphis, she missed her connecting flight by a long shot. No way that she made that shit. There was this kid in front of me who was really anxious, and I think he was a little bit on the spectrum, and so he was like really even more worried, talking about how he's going to lose all of his souvenirs in his suitcase. And I just want to be like, buddy, you're not going to lose your souvenirs. They haven't lost your suitcase. You just missed your flight. You're going to be fine. And so his dad was trying to calm him down, but they weren't sitting in the same seat because this is clearly like another flight that they've had to, like they apparently, from what I had gathered from their conversation, is that they had already had to get another flight because their other flight had been delayed and they missed a connection. So then they missed this flight. They were going to miss another flight because of a delayed connection. And so it was just a mess, man.
Was there like a lot of weather this weekend?
From what I looked at, there was a bunch of weather and like there were like 2,000 something flight delays or some shit like that. It was crazy. It was insane. I was like, oh my God. Thankfully, direct flight to home. So I didn't have to make any connections.
Very nice.
But what a nightmare otherwise. So we do that. I get out into the terminal, get my bag, and I walk out and it's a fucking mess, man. DFW is a pretty busy airport, but this was like even busier. And I'm like, cool. I have about 20 minutes to get to the train. It was at 9:40. If I miss this train, I have to catch the 10:40 train. I made it to the train at 10 o'clock. Like I completely.
Did you make it on the train?
No. I missed that 9:40 train by such a long shot. It was so crowded. The shuttles were moving so slowly. It just wasn't happening. And so, and people were like complaining. Oh, well, what the fuck are you gonna do? Why are you complaining? Okay, they can't do anything about all the fucking traffic and shit. So anyway, so I'm dumbfounded, but I'm also just like whatever. Get back,
and then
you're
finally home.
I'm on the train. No, I'm not home yet.
Oh shit, my bad.
I'm not home yet. I
thought you were home free there. I'm foolish.
I get on the train. I have to wait 40 minutes for this train to fucking take the fuck off. I get on that train. My dad calls me, and he has brought me my car. And then all I have to do is take him home. I'm like, cool, fine, yeah, sure. He went and got me Whataburger because he's an OG. He loves me.
MVP dad.
He got me Whataburger, and so I drive him home, and I'm just like, I'm so tired. I'm like stuffing my face with Whataburger in the car as I'm like taking off, and I get a call from my little sister. I'm only like 5 minutes away from the house, but I get a call. I pick it up. Hey, Dad left his phone in your car. I was like,
naturally,
one last bump in the road. So I fucking bust a Yui, go back to the house, drop his phone off, and then head to Haley's, where I was embraced by a sweet and beautiful woman, and I slept in her arms. Yeah. Oh man, I was exhausted. Ugh. And that was 3 days ago. I have been dialed in to this drama.
Communication is alpha.